Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Redmen TV. It is daily news time. We've got a few things to catch us up on. I'll be honest, lots and lots of bits and pieces, nothing mega, nothing to get too excited about, but some interesting stuff nevertheless. I'm going to start with some team news or injury updates, I should really say, for the weekend. Liverpool taking on Brighton, of course. Dejan Lovren, I think we suspected this because, let's be honest, given that he went off and left us with a 16-year-old at centre-half, basically needs to be dead to justify his decision to leave the field in the FA Cup third round. Yeah, he's not likely to be available for this, too soon for him. And it's also mentioned on the Liverpool Echo website that probably too soon for Joel Matip as well. And we've just recorded the build-up show for that. I think that's either going on tonight or tomorrow morning. So we'll discuss that a little bit more. Thank you, Kieran Evans, for the 79p super chat. Yes. Yeah, so and Joe Gomez to follow. So of the likelihoods, it was Matip most likely. No return date yet for Lovren. Probably Matip, Gomez, Lovren at the moment until we know more about the Lovren situation. But yeah, either way, it means likely for Fabinho will start centre half for Liverpool against Brighton at the weekend. Thanks, Mad Red, for complimenting me on my job on Press Box this week. That was very, very nice indeed. Owen Gallagher, thank you very much for sending us the Irish Reds pins as well. I've took a photo, I meant to put it on the socials and completely forgot because I'm a bad tit. Anyway, let's get into the news. Got it all written down here so I don't lose track. With regards to centre-halves, Jurgen Klopp has obviously been asked about going into the transfer market. His response has been this. Everything is sorted with buying players. And you go, ooh, well, what does that mean? Does it mean someone's sorted? No. What he says is, we've got 4 centre-halves. 3, maybe 2.5 are injured. So I'll have to try and come through in the moment. Again, Jurgen Klopp, not a big fan of diving into the transfer market for the sake of just diving into the transfer market. As mentioned there, it's likely that all of our centre-halves will be fit, or at least the ones that are, the ones that are, because we don't know who might get injured. The guys who are injured at the moment are definitely going to be back in the first team availability by the end of the month. We haven't got loads of games in the next few weeks as well, so yeah, very, very interesting. Howard Hill with the £2 super chat. Jesus Christ, could the 16-year-old play this weekend? He could. It's very possible that Keanu Hoover could play. I don't think it's like, we may well see him on the substitutes bench, but I don't, unless there's a major concern, I can't see that he would be involved in this game. Far too much pressure to put the young lad in. I think he did really well in his first game, particularly dropped in early on. But yeah, I wouldn't imagine so. I think Fabinho will get the nod, and then it might be a case of maybe Conor Masterson gets a shout on the bench this time. We'll have to see a little bit closer to kick off, of course. But yeah, Jurgen Klopp, no need. I don't think he feels there's a need to go and strengthen the centre back. I know we've had some problems, and it's been mentioned in the comments there by Ed Westby. Nat Phillips has had injury problems. He probably would have been involved. I don't know how long it is to wait until he's going to be back. So yeah, Liverpool are probably fine, aren't they, in terms of the centre-back? I mentioned the podcast a few weeks ago that Pepe might be available. I don't know if he's moved since then. Actually, I've not paid, who pays attention to Pepe, honestly? I wouldn't have minded securing him on a short-term deal. I think is it Besiktas he's at? Are they having some financial troubles or something? But yeah, no, Chris shot that one down. And yeah, I mean, fair play. At Porto, has he gone to, okay, fair play. Well, there you go. Dead. Never mind. It was an interesting thought. Thanks very much for the 7,000 people who've just commented instantly on that. Guardiola denied the Anfield Rap's long grass gate. Fair play. I love the fact that we exist in a world where podcasts and YouTube channels and fans can do stuff that gets into the public conscious so much that it ends up being a question that gets asked of an opposition manager. Absolutely amazing stuff. Yeah. Honestly, I've got no idea. As mentioned, I think the other day, I don't even know how long the own grass is, let alone how long the grass is at the Etihad. We are being linked with a move for Sporting Lisbon's Bruno Fernandes. Now, the talk is that he has a £100 million release clause, although in the Echo, and this comes from Ebola, which is very, in terms of quality and what you need in your life, it's very similar to Ebola, to be perfectly honest. I'm so made up with myself for that one, sorry. Yeah, I think it translates to like the ball. And similar to like Don Balon in Spain, I think it's just absolute bollocks. But yeah, I don't. I wouldn't put any hope in that being true. But yeah, they're talking about it being 40 million pound is the likely fee for him. Yeah. Apparently he's very, very good. Let me know your thoughts on it, if you think he's the kind of quality player that Liverpool should be going after. But yeah, I can't see him spending 100 million pounds on him, but he's, he fits the age. I think he's 24 years old. Let me know your thoughts on him in the comments anyway. I spoke the other day, Liverpool link with Abdulkadir Omar, the incredible Dulk. I hope that takes off. The Trabzonspor president, Ahmet Agaoglu, definitely that's how his name's pronounced, has said, we did not receive an official offer from Liverpool, but there are offers from other clubs. But he does also mention that most of the offers that they've had have all come from the lower teams. I think lower teams in the European leagues. So, it could be linked with Everton quite easily there. Were a number of other people. Owen Gallagher, Paul J were linked to sign Hazard, Torgan Hazard, I guess, for 38 million. I've seen a link to that. And he's saying he's just focused on getting through the season and blah, 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 blah. Fine. Yeah, great. It'd be interesting to see if we're interested in him in the summer. But yeah, no happenings on the Omar thing at the moment. Rafa Camacho once again being linked with a loan move to Sporting Lisbon. There was talk via News Now that will be getting discussed in the next day or two. Now, I suspect that if Liverpool had gone through in the FA Cup, we'd have definitely kept hold of him and he would have been playing right back for us in that competition. Now, without it, we've got the question of Joe Gomez is likely to be back. Him and Trent in rotation was absolutely fine. We know Milner can play right back if needs be as well. Is Rafa Camacho going to get minutes on the pitch that he needs? I think he looked a very, very bright prospect indeed. One of the most exciting ones I actually thought of the players that touched the field for Wolves, and there were many that looked really good on the night. But I'd like to see him play for Liverpool. I certainly don't want to see him leave the club. I want to see him get opportunities. And the original talk was this was going to be a loan to buy. So I think it was something like, was it a 2-year or an 18-month deal? With them like a bit like Ings, or Carrier's gonna buy him at the end, and that doesn't sit great with me because I think he's got more chance if he does get games for us. But could be very exciting if he gets to go. Will he get to go? Are we talking League Cup next year, or obviously pre-season and League Cup this year before he gets a real go? And as well, how do they rank him compared to Hoover? We know Hoover can play centre back, and we know he can play left back and right back as well. So there's an option there of which one of them's gonna keep. Hoover's not going anywhere because he's 16. He's only just joined the club, so you can keep him in the under-23s, and that's a big step up for him already. But Camacho is now at that age where he might actually benefit from a bit of a loan spell. So yeah, it's a bit of an odd one for me. Yeah, I've seen a few people shouting for a few of the bits and pieces. Let me know anything you'd like me to discuss in the comments, and I'll bash through a couple. Thanks very much to some of the super chats. Let me see if I can get them back up. Just to quickly bash through a few of them. There's a lot of comments. That might take me. It might take me a while. Just to note, actually, I've just put a video out on my channel. It's not really footy related per se, but I've got my mates Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV and Lawrence from the True Geordie podcast. There's a bit of, it's not really beef because I think you get YouTube beef where people deliberately, I think all that like side stuff is just absolute horseshit. It's done to make it WWE, to make to sell pay-per-views and to sell tickets and blah blah blah. There's a little bit of an issue between them. Robbie's mentioned it on his podcast, and I gave my 2 pence worth on that before that goes mad. I've seen people slagging both guys off the back of it, because you've got people who are entrenched Robbie fans and people who are entrenched Lawrence fans, and I'm a big fan of both. So there's a video on Mates TV now, so youtube.com/Mates TV. I'll link to it at the end. Please do go and check out. Sammy D, £2 super chat. Felipe Coutinho to United, links, opinions. Love the show. We actually did this on the podcast very, very briefly. But yeah, I mean, look, Man United will spend big. They're the kind of club. If Felipe continues to hold his value, there's not many football clubs in the world who are going to spend the money that Barcelona might want from Liverpool. Might take him back, but I don't think Liverpool are ever going to get. I don't think Liverpool would break 100 million to take him back. I think he was worth probably 70 million in the season before, valuation pre-Neymar sending everything mad as tits. I think he was worth 60-70 million pounds. I think he's probably still worth that. I don't really like him because of how he treats the club, because of not wanting to play, the old back troubles and all that kind of stuff. But Chris made a great point on the podcast that you're plugging an almost world-class player into the side, into a team that he already knows, he's already integrated into. He knows the players, he knows how they play, he knows the manager knows him. It's not like having to buy a player and then you're going to take half a season to blood them in. It wouldn't take long to blood Felipe Coutinho back into what we're doing, and you basically ask, there's another 10 goals and 10 assists that you're adding to the side in the back half of the season. Personally, not for me. John Fisher, Matt Hummels, can't see that happening. I'd love a bit of Matt Hummels, but maybe if you're looking at him being like on his way down, doesn't want to necessarily be nailed on, is he? Yeah, you know what, he's an improvement on Lovren. Does he then keep Joe Gomez out the side? Does he want to be third choice behind Gomez and Lovren? Was that a mental shout? I think it probably is. So yeah, interesting stuff. But yeah, look, ultimately people, I can't see Liverpool making any major transfers, but if there's more rumours, there's more links, we will have them covered for you, and we have them covered on the Reds transfer roundup as well. That's on the redmentv.com. Stay in to record that tomorrow. We've got a super chat gone. Harry Owen, any news on Werner? Think we're bringing a lot mids. Any news on Werner? No news on Werner. I think he's a target that Liverpool wants by, reading between the lines, no fire without smoke, no smoke without fire. I've nailed that as well. I think Liverpool like him. I think he would suit Liverpool's style of play immensely in that I don't think we're going to buy centre forward. I don't think we're going to buy who can play one position. We've got too many lads who are just too rigid. Divock Origi, Daniel Sturridge can do a bit outside, but they both want to be centre forward. They both want to be the main man. They both need supporting to be the main man. I don't think either of them actually suit our all-round style of play. So someone like Timo Werner who can actually play, you can not necessarily play wide, but is comfortable in far more comfortable in wide areas, loads of pace, versatility. The same reason we wanted Nabil Fekir. I think we'll sign someone like that. So Werner would fit the bill. I think he would be absolutely fantastic if we were to do just that. Liquid Stephen Corker is available. Is he really? Get him back, get him signed up, if only just to throw on for the last couple of minutes once again, to be very, very ineffectual. I mentioned as well, Wilson's better than Pulisic as flex. So actually, maybe we'll see. One of them's certainly in really, really good form this season, and one of them just signed for like £60 million. Let you decide which one's which. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you to everyone who's watched. As you get over to the redmentv.com for the Reds transfer roundup show, 60 minutes tomorrow discussing all the ins and outs of Liverpool, what it means for this football club and beyond. And as I say, if you want a little bit more of random stuff, get over to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/matestv. That's completely free. But other than that, thank you, everyone. Have a very good day. I leave you as a 35-year-old and I return to you tomorrow